upload later. Okay, so walking through this MR. This is the backend defined foundational agents, right? So um, as I mentioned before, what this does is on the chat, it fetches the foundational agents from a list over here. So it just resolves this list and it sends through the graphical query to the front end. And then, so concatenates, do agentic chat now is a definition of the backend. This is exactly what you had on your POC. And the only change, the big change here is this one. So the
Mm-hmm.
foundational agent ID is
Mm-hmm.
the name. So in this case,
Mm-hmm.
it would be um, on the resolver. So the ID, so for example, security analyst agent v1,
Mm-hmm.
and the ID for the chat is just chat. This is the version. I would
Mm-hmm.
rather have split this into
Mm-hmm.
two properties, and I think this is something we might eventually do, but for now this works. And then that's what it does. It's instead of sending here the chat here,
Mm-hmm.
it sends either the ID and the
Mm-hmm.
workflow definition. And it seems this was enough to make it work already. Um, so this is I think we can improve this part of the code base a bit. I just took your POC and edited a little bit to make it work. So there is the idea of the catalog. Well, I don't know why there are two different paths over here, but that's about it. And then the other MR that I had, it was simply adding that
Mm-hmm.
security
Cool.
definition. It's a very
Yeah.
simple agent. I had to just
Mm-hmm.
list all of the things it has. And I think, well, I can run this locally, but I think I uncommented some code that would probably not make it work right now. But that's about it.
Right. And so that works currently.
Hmm? Yeah, this works. So
Yeah.
let me see if
Cool. That's great.
it probably won't work because I think I commented out something over here. Let me see if it's pointing to the right list. Case status. Yeah, I need to stop this one. Maybe stop the workflow service, and then I need to come over here, run this, and then I also needed to comment some code. Hmm, Run event. I think it was these lines that I needed to tweak. Let's see. Let's see if this is okay. So let me see if this will work. So I can start one of the security and I don't think this will work. Oh, it actually worked. So I did all the things that I needed to do in order to get it to work. Yeah. So I can see that I am running
Mm-hmm.
that agent specifically. So this is
Mm-hmm.
fetched from the backend. So this is not stored anywhere in the front end. I do have a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of other agents here, but this one is specifically
Mm-hmm.
created from that one.
Yeah. So is the just go back to that kind of drop down when you select an agent,
Hmm.
the new chat. So you got duo agent up the top, and you've got would you kind of have every foundational agent under that, and then under that would be the custom ones from the catalog. So
Yeah, these ones are the so on the code
yeah.
base. it goes first the foundational agents, yes, and then
Mhm.
the catalog agents.
So
This will need to be approved.
presumably, okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, oh, I was just going to say, like presumably they have, like you've got the foundational ones and the custom ones, querying GraphQL with their own kind of like pagination brands. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So, um, and then always these ones are at the top of these ones when they are on the list. So, for example, if there's I don't know what our page limit is, but if say if it's 100, we might get 200 within that list
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because we'll smush them together. Maybe
Yeah.
perfectly fine to start off with. Um,
Yeah.
but does that list have a search, or do you just scroll? You just have to scroll down, do you? So
Uh,
if we ended up with 200, which we won't because we won't have 100 of these foundational ones
Let me
anyway.
test it out.
Yeah,
So let me go to my.
it's not. I mean, it's probably not a big deal. I mean, how does that
Um,
page anyway? Maybe it doesn't page.
it probably pages and we don't consume the paging
Yeah.
just because of how
Well, the
it's what's
GraphQL will page, but whether the UI
yeah,
supports
exactly.
paging, I'm unsure. Yeah. Um, I think you,
So,
yeah. I think like by default, the max page, unless it's different on that or on any of the fields, would be 100. So
let's
we
try
wouldn't
it
get a
out. Let's see.
page. We
But
wouldn't
this
get a
will
page
probably have
two.
to
Yeah.
have some sort of search
Yeah.
for agent
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
I
I
broke the
mean,
stuff.
there
Oh,
could be like there can be
oh,
just
look.
a UI solution for that, and that's fine.
So there is some.
Yeah. That's okay. It's just, I mean, I might just out of curiosity, see what happens if you end up with 101 custom agents. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably already a problem. And then if you did
Um,
page two, would you get the foundational ones up the top again? I mean,
Let me see here.
that
Let's see if I
it's
can do something here. Times. Uh,
101 maybe.
101. Yeah. Uh, will this? Okay, so let's.
I think you might
So
just
it,
need brackets, maybe. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that'll work.
and then times 101. Agent. Wait. It's doing. Agents dot map. Does this? I think this will work.
Hmm.
So
I mean,
let me just
even
refresh.
if there are even if there is quirky edge cases when there's lots of data, to be honest, I think because it's going out to GitLab.com, you could we could ship it and then get some like someone to kind of finesse the UX a little bit.
Yeah, no, this one. Okay, so I can see that it was appended towards the end.
Yeah, there's
I
no
probably should
paging, is there?
have. Yeah, there's
But,
there's no
okay,
paging here. There's
yeah,
probably gonna be some
that's
like
right.
we do with. It's probably gonna be similar to how we do user search on
Hmm. Yeah.
like to assign. So I
Hmm.
would expect some UX similar to
Mm.
that one rather
Yeah,
than the
yeah.
simple one like this.
I think that could just be remain a to do in terms of the UI improvement because it looks like they haven't necessarily the UI doesn't necessarily respond to 101
Yeah,
custom agents currently. So that's
yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Um.
cool.
Okay. I will join tomorrow morning conversation as well, the APAC workflow meeting. I think
Hmm.
we want to discuss this tomorrow as well. But
Hmm.
I would just like to explain to you what I did, and feel free to take over the MR as well. Like if you see something that you can improve, and
Hmm.
it's something that, like either comment on it.
Yeah,
That's fine as well. Uh, but
cool.
this would allow us to ship this all of
Hmm.
the foundational agents very quickly without the larger MRs and database MRs going on soon,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. To me, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I'll have a look at the MR. I think I can't. I can't see anything that would necessarily have to be done. Like we could, for example, you could decide, well, let's pop it into YAML or a directory, but you know what, we can do that in 2 days' time. Like you don't have
Yeah,
to. There might not be anything that needs to block it, but I'll check it out. I'll QA it. Just double check there's no like weird error states that can happen
yeah.
in the
I'll
chat because sometimes there is some weird error states that can happen if in the duo
I'll have
chat.
to split this into
Um,
two either way. So
Good
I'll split this
point.
MR to the backend side with
Yeah, true.
the GraphQL queries,
Yeah. Okay. That's
um,
cool.
and then another one with the front end. So we
Yeah.
can
Cool.
discuss into there. Okay,
That's great.
cool.
Cool. Eduardo, that's exciting. Thank you.
No
It's
problem.
great to see.
Okay, I'll stop this. Pause. Stop share. Did I record? I think so.